You're cracking me up.
No. Okay. So we need.
No one's here.
Where's the other galactic cards? Huh?
Right here.
No, the
the liquid crystals.
The liquid
right
crystals.
There.
You know they're my favorites.
Baby energy's tickling me.
New keys in the shop. Waited 3 months, man.
It look rose gold in the sunlight. Babe, it's right there on the shelf.
No sophisticato. Go to my shop.
Oh. Well, hello, everyone.
What?
Massaging. If you hear German language coming through the window, don't be alarmed. Everything's under control. How's everyone? Are you having breakfast today? What did you have for breakfast? I had a croissant with butter and homemade strawberry jam. And now I'm having a PSL, which is short for pumpkin spice latte. And we also had some orange juice. Did we not?
Oh, yeah.
And so he has a liquid crystal. All right. I felt called to ask you guys if today you want to direct healing to a certain person, that we use whatever extra energy gets generated in this chat, which kind of felt like a dragon energy, to send to that person. So if you have someone you're concerned about who's not feeling so well, usually they do this in mediumship practice, which is start a healing circle before the transmission and after. And because of the nature of this more lucid chat, I just wanted to offer that to you guys. So you can type in that person's name and we'll have the intention to send healing prayers to them for their wellness, or you can just say their name out loud or in your mind. And we ask that the angels and the spirits who are with us send all that extra love and light to them in the form of photons.
Automatically.
I don't know about you guys, but the energy felt like a dragon wave today, but it's been feeling like this.
Dragon wave is like Kundalini wave.
Yeah.
Meaning also there's more love frequency, but there's also like a turn on frequency.
Yeah.
That's creative life force, not just being, you can see, turned on.
Are you okay? Wow.
Oh, my nose is running.
Out of nowhere, it just started running.
I don't know. I took some CBD oil and my body is detoxing, I guess.
Well, if you need to take a break, I can handle it.
Yeah. I'm here. It's okay.
Don't stress yourself, Ra.
Yeah, I'm not tired. It's just a little. My eyes are a little twitchy.
So I'm going to pull a card for everyone here. Just as a card for today from the Dragon Oracle Cards Guidebook. Okay, he's out of commission for a minute.
I'll be okay. It's just the man who nose is a little weird. So.
And the card for today is called Magenta. Oh, Magenta Dragon. So this one, if you guys know my friend Vanessa Lamort, she is a starseed. And she explained that this magenta energy is coming from the causal or soul star chakra. So one of the upper chakras here. And I know Danielle Starwater was talking about the shift in energy to that of a more receiving. So I'm not saying that the axis is suddenly shifting on the planet, but if everything that we've been channeling is true, and we've been working with these divine feminine energies, and the pole is moving at 35 miles every single year, of course there's going to be a change. Orion counsels us that we're all feeling it. And so if you have felt called to work with this magenta energy, are you like that channeler called Magenta Pixie, which is, it's a little bit similar to the work I'm doing in the frequency. You might be working with the Magenta Dragon. And that color has to do with when two people are in a room, is they can have a magenta energy just moving between them. Nothing is being spoken. It's this rosy kind of love energy. Because in the next dimension, when we go into the afterlife, is we can actually blend astral bodies with people. Some people call it astral sex, but it's really more of a rosy kind of unification of the possibly the desire body or your soul. So when we're transmitting to one another, we are, well, it says here, soul wisdom. So we are, we're moving beyond the biological impulses. And it's just this kind of delicious enjoyment of the other being as they are. And this one says, for all of us, the message is to awaken soul memories and higher spiritual understanding. Prepare for accelerated ascensions. What do you think that means? I'll read it in the guidebook.
Well, that the the stuff that happens in the astral realm is beginning to happen on Earth. That we're going past the impulse and the urges. It's more of a preference. It's not like you're hooked or addicted to an impulse. More like you prefer. You choose from a placid state of mind and a peaceful emotional sea. You don't have no one. You're not forced to respond or react. Whether it's aggressive or euphoria, you can prefer to say, this is what I would like to do right now. And more peaceful, making an exploration instead of there's an impulse and you feel like you have to and stuff explodes or it doesn't work because you want to drill that aspect of what you want right now because you crave. We are learning to integrate to go past that craving and say, well, I can prefer that. And in moderation. That's the healing.
Glorious fifth-dimensional magenta dragons accompany us on our eternal soul journey as we experience and learn from all the universe's planes and dimensions. As they travel with us, they remind us that we are immensely wise and learned beings with so much to offer. Because we've gone through the veils of amnesia, we have forgotten who we truly are. As soon as magenta dragons connect with us, they prepare us to remember our unique role in this universe. They place us in an extraordinary deep pink flame of love, higher spiritual understanding, and wisdom. You can take a break, dear.
No, it's okay. Don't worry.
They work with Archangel Mariel, who is in charge of the soul star chakras of humanity. So that was the soul star chakra. The dragons prepare the way so that the Archangel can wake us up at a deep soul level. Once we have woken, we can never see ourselves in the same way again. We recognize who we truly are and bring forward our soul wisdom. This is a card of accelerated ascension. A magenta dragon is here to remind you that you are an illuminated soul carrying much wisdom. It is helping you to dissolve any remaining veils of illusion and preparing you to become an enlightened one. It has come to you now to remind you that all is love, for we are all one. It is time to see all things with the wise inner eyes of truth. Treat everyone as if they were you. Your guidance is to sit quietly with your magenta dragon and allow the door to your vast soul memories to open. When you reveal yourself to who you truly are, you'll help bring forward the new golden age. We forgot the podcast microphone. You could get that.
Where is it?
It's on that shelf. Thanks. Then we're going to pull a Galactic Heritage card. Okay, you pulled this card during Leo season to work with this energy. That is so interesting. So what does that feel like to you guys when you see that picture? I want to look at it a little bit longer.
Place the microphone there. Yes. Okay. Settings. Okay, wait. And we're live and large. Good. Everything is perfect.
Okay, so what I'm getting from this card is we're being directed by a very fine sense this next 7 days.
Yeah.
Like a dog that's having to smell.
Continue. I'm just making sure.
That's having to smell its way forward. And the sense here, when spirit does like this, it means somebody knows. They already know. So literally your nose is clearing. Yeah. So you know you're being guided by, it could be a sixth sense, because this is connected to your sixth chakra. So when we're being guided by our smell, that's kind of like, it's not exactly an instinct if you're guided by smell. It's subtle. It's a subtle. Well, smells can be subtle, but smells can also be very strong. But this, it's like when the dog is putting their nose forward. You know, the hunting dog gets it really. Like when Mickey Mouse and Pluto are going on a mission, Pluto always goes ding, and he sticks the nose out. So it's a very sharp intent. This could be represented by Diana, the goddess Diana, who is the archer. So we may be called to work with the Sagittarius energy. I'm not sure where Sag is in your guys' chart. Maybe a lot of you have Saturn in Sagittarius. If you're millennial, let me know in the comments what your Saturn.
What does the Sag look like? Is it the archer?
Yeah.
Okay, so okay, got it.
So this has to do with focused intention, and then like first you have to know the target, and then you release, and you let the arrow fly. But it's like when you kill a fly. In Karate Kid, he could catch him with some chopsticks. When you're killing a fly, you already have to have the arm movement of the dish rack before you kill it. You cannot hesitate. So this is what this energy feels like, is when you are performing a certain action, know what you're doing and then execute. So it's very focused intention. So if you're not focused and you're all in the wind, it's like you're not going to necessarily accomplish anything these next 7 days. So how can we?
What you describe as the higher self, basically, when you go for a target, your higher self already went for it. Your spirit already has the target. What you do is you fill in the blanks of the perfect spirit form. That's how you hit the target. So the archer has hit the target before he has hit the target, you know? But when you jump, you make sure you're going to make that gap. Your higher self made that gap. And when you bridge that, you make it real. Make sense?
Could you give an example in nature, how that works? A real life example?
Well, in nature, kids know it, grown-ups forgot. They said to a boy and a girl, here's a hoop, and the girl, here's a ball. And the boy, they told the boy, put the hoop where you think the girl's gonna toss the ball. Mm-hmm. Intuitively, the boy walks like 12 feet, puts the hoop down, and the girl throws it and it hits exactly the spot because he intuitively felt how far she can go, knowing without knowing. The child knows. You already know. And grown-ups, well, if I put the hoop too close, then this becomes
Okay,
a problem.
so it could be we should not overthink things, because Sonia Choquette, she's a great Instagram. I'll type in her name. She's been posting quotes about intuition. And it's a very fine, subtle energy, your intuition. And to tap into your intuition,
It's innocent.
you need to quiet yourself and you need to slow it down. So I think this is a call for a lot of us to meditate in the next 7 days. She always says, find that 10 minutes. So we have a workout machine that for me, that's a meditation, and the version table. What's your meditation that you do for 10 minutes?
Yeah, well, I use the workout machine as well for 9 minutes. But sometimes also when I get into creating new devices, I'm developing new stuff, at least 15 minutes base where nothing can concern me but that what I'm creating in the now. And usually that turns out to be a longer meditation by getting into creative mode. So see, when you studied at the library, that's a meditation because your focus is on assembling knowledge.
Can I just go?
Yeah.
You guys, okay, so I found this section in the library. I started exploring the library, and I usually get very routine, so I find a spot because I'm Moon and Taurus. So Moon and Taurus is like you repeat the same stuff, no problem. It's nice and safe. Then I went to the back, so I was getting annoyed. There are all these elders talking. I'm like, why are you elders just keep talking? And so I was like, let me move over here. That didn't feel right. People were staring at me. I was like, dang, let me just go by the window now and finish taking my notes over there. I was feeling frustrated. But because I followed my intuition, because I was thinking there's a solution. If it doesn't feel right, there's the solution to feel right. And then after moving over there are all these people. It's like, oh my gosh, all these people making noise. But would you know, across the hall, there was a teen section. And the teen section had a couch, and it had these 2 big pillows, and it had a Harry Potter poster and a table. It was the coziest little place. And now that's my little place. And I'm like, so you guys ever want to talk?
Secret chill spot.
Wow. Wow, guys. So if you guys needing a read, hey, a read, man. I can't even talk.
Yeah, those who just in general, if you're losing jobs, and it's like she said, it's a third time. That's not what you find. You need to find another route. It's not working the way you're going. You need to find your path.
The card I pulled for all of us from the Galactic deck is the Lyra Future card called Natural Humility. And it looks like a bunch of floating crystals where this guy or girl, whoever, is seeing themselves in the reflections of the crystals. No idea what this means. Let's see. Okay, I feel this is gonna sound weird, but I feel this has to do with thoughts being controlled, where we're worried that our thoughts are not our thoughts, and losing control of our own minds. This is the vibration I get from this card, and I get this has to do with the next 7 days. So don't be too alarmed. We'll do this next Sunday, and but I feel that what has been happening is I feel that spirit is also tugging on our shirt sleeve. So when you have a spirit person communicating from the next dimension, and if you're someone trying to get in touch with your guides for what to do next, is when you're in that meditative state, you might perceive someone tapping on your shoulder. That's how they contact. A nudge, like this, pulling on your clothing. And they're very subtle. So angelic guides talk to you in a very gentle way. They don't want to disturb you, but what they need is for you to be quiet, and they need for you to be relaxed and out of the ego. So if you're really worried and upset and you're running around pulling the hair out of your head, you're not going to hear your guidance. Okay, this says here. The ancient Lyran trait of arrogance eventually transformed into a beautiful trait of natural humility. This humility is not one of low self-worth, but instead it acknowledges that all beings, including the self, are equal in the eyes of the universe, and no one is more special than another. This natural humility represents the balanced ego and is essential for the transformation of a species. So this is a future card. Look within. Begin the process of knowing that all beings in the universe are equal to you, even the Buddha. Watch how this thought can be one of arrogance or profound humility. Therein lies the lesson. This Lyran time stream represents the Lyran culture after they healed their karma and the challenges of the past when they were a young species. One of the most profound challenges of the immature Lyran species in the past was arrogance. After much self-observance and practices of generosity, they transformed their species to one that embodied a powerful humility that was natural and authentic. Most planetary species have to make this transition in order to enter the galactic community. Humans on Earth, as a species, not as individuals, have not yet begun this process with full commitment. The development of this trait comes from viewing reality as a holistic unit rather than us and them. If this card came up in your reading, it could mean many things depending on the surrounding cards and your life situation. It could mean that you are already expressing this trait. It may mean that you need to look at the world in a more holistic way, embrace the connectedness of all beings, and surrender the view of separation in order to develop your natural humility more completely. Be honest in your self-observation and open to the messages from your higher self about what this card really means to you.
Just to throw that in, Krista does micro readings for donations, in case it wasn't in the header. So if anybody, like the lady with the job, want to hear, I think Tula Faye, like you want to hear like a micro reading, see for like donations, she will read to you the process of where you are right now as in a micro reading. And as I'm saying this, it's 11:11 where we are. So yeah, donation-based readings are open. So if anybody's interested for a micro reading, like a little headline
He's helping
of where you
with
are.
that, yeah.
So
and you want to pull
open,
a card for everybody?
Yeah, she's open for that.
We have Galactic Heritage, Dragon Oracle, and Liquid Crystal.
So you want me to pull a card for the collective?
Yeah.
In the future, don't worry, I'm coming back. I had surgery in my gum line with cuts and stitches, so I'm recovering through Krista's channel. So I will continue to come back with new stuff. So no worries. I'm not on hiatus. I'm just healing.
But I want to invite you guys to begin to
universal mind.
sense what is the fifth dimension, and this is what the work is. So if you've been attracted to this channel or the Instagram Galactic Fairy channel, there's going to be information coming from me this autumn on. You want to follow my Instagram because I'll give little tidbits for free as tasters for the online course on the spiritual planes and the dimensions. Okay, so this card he's reading for everyone.
I'm reading for the collective, and then we're going to go to... See, you always got to announce that so people know, because they want to know. So,
well, you know what? You can hold off on that one, and we can just get to her first.
Okay, great. This is for the collective, and let's get to Rafa Mama. Okay. What card do you suggest we should go into? I can go into mine. You can go into yours, and we can make.
Well, she hasn't asked the question yet, so.
So if Rafa Mama doesn't have a specific question, I just go into the deck and tell you what's there, and maybe that answers what you carry in your mind. Usually it does. usually I'm 110% right that what you carry is being answered, whether you say it or not.
What comes up for you that I'm getting is the word simple.
So kyanite Rafa Mama has to do with alignment. Okay, so let's see what that says for her. All the questions lead up to alignment. Kyanite 167. Uno momento. Right back.
The vision that I have of you is practicing being gentle, not stepping on other people, and I see you twirling a moonstone orb. So that is really a really psychic, intuitive, gentle, feminine crystal. The moonstone. It looks more like a rainbow moonstone. So you might want to work with rainbow moonstone.
So, if kyanite has carried its powerful aligning and healing light into your life, you are being shown that something is out of alignment with your goals, purpose, or chosen direction. So what I'm getting with you is you are not connecting the mind and the spirit, or the mind and the heart. You have something here and something here, and it's like sideways. I'm seeing this here and I'm seeing this here. So what I'm getting is make this one. Be with the heart, with the mind, where you want to go. That's what you're asking.
Well, I see a dark doorway, and she doesn't want to go into the unknown.
So it says, we make decisions in the physical world based solely on what we have experienced or learned in our past. One day we must take a risk to do things a new way, step into the unknown. Perhaps we will be the first to ever to do it. This is the role of kyanite for you today. Spirit's ready to fine-tune an aspect of your existence. Sit quietly and listen, but do not expect answers as a physical mind. These may be words the world has never heard. The ascended master Kutumi may be calling onto you. The affirmation is, like I said,
spiritual learning.
My mind and spirit are one. So basically, the activation words that you need to hear is alignment. Align yourself.
Also,
universal mind, spiritual development, inner healing, higher communication, throat chakra. Are you speaking your truth? Are you biting your tongue?
I get a strong past life in India, and I feel if you went into Vedic texts, or you could look into Ramayana, Mahabharata, Bhagavad Gita, is you would just soak that information up and it would rekindle your memories. So you don't need to go the yogic path in this life, but if you choose to, I feel it would be very easy for you.
Galactic, you're a star child. Watch your original thought. You deter from the original goal by you have a first thought, then you dismiss that and you go with the second and it doesn't work. That means you need to go back to your intuition, original thought. That what comes first. Your first intuition is that what you should actually go with more. Calming yourself, brain balance, something with dyslexia, that's when you channel. Autism, Anubis, that's when you're being tested. Toth, that when wisdom is revealed. And Master Kutumi. So check on Toth, Kutumi, and Anubis. The three aspects that are communicating with you. Especially you're being tested. Like, do you believe in that where you're going? Are you trusting into the unknown? Are you trusting in that the stream will get you there while you're doing it? That's important.
I feel like you're being asked to recall your past life gifts that you got from your life in India, and bring that into this Western culture, which is full of distractions. And I'm not sure if you're French, but there's something maybe you could do with like a French culture. Maybe there's some kind of spiritualism you could look into that makes it more comfortable for you and easy for you to go into these realms and dimensions of higher learning. And I feel like you take comfort in lighting a candle in the darkness, and kind of, sorry, but I just feel like if you were in a graveyard at nighttime, you wouldn't be frightened. It would be normal for you So this kind of witchy Halloween stuff coming up is not is like I just feel this is normal for you, the spiritualist, to kind of mediumship and that kind of thing. So you might be also looking into communicating with ancestors. So hopefully that reading helped you.
Let's go to the brown brujita.
Yeah, that's Erica. She wants a galactic card.
Oneness. Yeah, do your thing.
You got her a card with the crystal on it.
Okay. It's about oneness for her. To all make one. Let's see. 49.
Well, I just see before I pull this card, Erica, I see a little pinprick, like a cactus prick on your third eye. So I feel like some kind of reality check happened where you were forced to see the truth about something. Some realization taking place. That's what I'm seeing. And your card is the Protectiveness Lyra card for the present. It says that a strong trait of the Lyran civilization is protectiveness. They were often like lions protecting their cubs when it came to protecting their offspring and even their territory. Kind of like in Jean Grey and X-Men, if you've seen that. Thus, this trait can be helpful or obsessive. Sometimes a protective nature can harm those who we are protecting because it does not allow them to grow and make their own decisions. This karmic pattern of protectiveness is one that you have experienced in many lives. Sometimes you were the protector, and other times you were the one who was protected, who was not allowed to grow. But looking at these issues now, this issue now, the pattern can be released. In this Lyran time stream, another quality that began to emerge was that it's not negative. So inner strengths require protectiveness in a world of chaos and confusion. So it can be selfless or selfish. So look at the polarity. Meditate on this quality within you to see what you can learn. Keep in mind that sometimes the ego will act from a mode of protectiveness to preserve its habits, patterns that stop growth. So the ideal concept of protectiveness is one where there is selfless. So when we are metaphorically making love to someone, we're giving unconditional love to them. That's that magenta energy when we pulled earlier. So it comes as the giving, it comes as like a spiritual impulse from the soul, and it's an unconditional giving, and you have to just let it go. When that comes, like it let the energy move through you and then let it release it. Like without watching to see if the egg is going to hatch, so to speak. Okay, you go.
So Anubis again. Anubis is very strong in the field this year. Anubis tests you if you really believe in yourself. So here's what's happening. Herkimer diamond is a mineral of oneness, Miss Brown Bruja. It is the presence indicates that something in the picture of wholeness that you represent in the universe is divided within. Such separation within us always fuels the ego. It justifies its existence and can make us a slave, allowing a loss of confidence, direction, and purpose that in turn manifests high levels of stress. By being your true self, life purpose is found. With Herkimer, the key word is being. Be sure that you are being your real self. If you are, it is effortless and fueled by surrender. Life simply unfolds before you. Herkimer Diamond asks you to let go of your created path and flow for a while. You may go somewhere you never thought you'd go. A plant, remember, a plant never tries to flower. It simply is and follows the process of nature. It simply exists, confident in the cycle of love flowering through it. To the plant, it is a part of the beautiful oneness. It is fulfilling its purpose. Only the perception of mankind can taint this fact and enter choice, pain, and separation. Herkimer Diamond is the sacred stone of the Egyptian god Anubis. He will be with you. Keep your eyes open for black dogs, black crows, two forms that can manifest most easily to remind you of the above message. The frequency of Herkimer Diamond is also a key of the pathway of Sirius to entry of the Great White Lodge. I am the infinite unity of the light that I am. So always know this. Anubis is not a bad god because it's the shackle god. Anubis is the one who tests you. So he intimidates you by asking you, are you really committed to what you're doing? Do you really believe in what you're doing? And he will sometimes even disgruntle you or rump you or laugh at you to see if you really believe in your craft. Do you believe in your art? Do you believe in what you're going? That's what Anubis checks the gods at the gate to cross the river Styx to pass as gods to the underworld. That is the religious metaphor for only if you know thyself you shall pass. And Anubis is the gatekeeper for that. So if you have no idea who you are, you don't know where you're coming from, you most certainly would not know where you're going. So Anubis is the test. Do you know where you're coming from? Do you remember what took place? Do you know where you're going? And do you know who you are? And do you trust in that you know what's right for you to walk that path? Amen. I just channeled that.
Okay. Thanks, dear.
So who's next?
Carice is next and Tula's next.
Okay, so what do you feel for Carice?
Okay, now for Carice, I'm feeling that she likes the strangeness in the mystery. It's like, I feel that Carice likes solving mysteries.
She's an explorer.
Yeah. And she's like, that's strange. And when something's a little bit off, she goes into that. It's like being a detective. When something's off, you don't mind the smell because you know something's awry.
I'm getting also the hermit for self-analysis.
For Carice? I thought...
Yeah, Carice can go out and meet people. I'm getting that again.
Who's the hermit? Is this the hermit?
No, Carice.
Oh, okay.
Get out of hermit state. And I know you're laughing because I'm on the money, Carice. And confirm so that people know. You've been hermiting it. It's all nice, it's all safe, but go out there and explore more. Interact, see what's happening. It's time now. It's time. So, yeah, let me know if I'm off.
So, okay, so if you're wanting to go on a mystery adventure, you can do, here's some ideas. Ask the inner child, for example. The inner child would collect little plant samples and put them in a journal. Things like this. You pack the backpack, you go on a little journey, you have your snacks, your sandwich, your drink, your apples and your chips. And you have the intention to explore something. For me, I like to go get a tote bag and gather up garbage because I'm a fairy. That's an adventure for me. But your adventure could be something like observing people. You could just go out and do people watching or some kind of statistic, like gathering a statistic, a research of some kind. And I feel that that's the cosmic energy. It's encouraging and moving you to solve that riddle, because you like solving puzzles and things like this. So when you're going out, this next week is we're supposed to have this focused intention. I feel that there's something going on though with the angelic hierarchy though I'm supposed to tell you about. Is if you've been seeing ones a lot, like 1 1 1 1 1, that's usually the start of something, some kind of new momentum. So if you guys remember when 11/11 first started happening to you guys, what happened? When you just started seeing the double digits. So for Carice, I feel that this could be a time where you can expect. This was coming up for some of you, more of you. I feel like it could be some kind of ghost activity. Like me, I had orbs in my video, all of a sudden, my last video, flying everywhere. You could be having some ghost activity. You could be having a psychic friend telling you about stuff they see around you, ghost people. Because we're getting closer to Halloween. You might come across some new spiritual books, like new knowledge coming in. Those aha, oh wow, you are just starting off. And I feel for Carice is like a springboard. Is you can expect to be sprung into some kind of, it feels slightly fanatic, and I think that this is the energy it has us feeling with the planets going, Pluto going direct, and Saturn, is we feel elated. So it feels like a rush. It feels like a rush. And what we're doing today is trying to modulate that energy. So for Krista, it's going into the solar plexus, the third chakra, and that's the will center. So with the will center is Erica told us she already pulled that magenta card for the Leo energy. That's the will. Leo is the will, but that's also the heart. So if you're connecting your third chakra to your fourth chakra, you're going past the Egyptian seat of the soul. So this is soul energy coming through. So you could be making soul connections, people who change your life. You could be activating this like erotic pink, feminine energy, this love, this astral desire, like merging of desire bodies. And that could even go in alignment with your spiritual study, your knowledge that Tahuti was talking about through the cards. So Anubis is like, are you sure you want this? You're like, oh yeah. And the planet's going back and going, oh yeah, that's me. Anubis is like, are you for real? And while Anubis tests you, something very strange happens. And for those who are spiritually advanced, you play by different rules. I've been studying this, guys. If you're spiritually advanced, you have different rhythms and cycles. You might need longer sleep, rest periods to integrate that. But also, while you're going through some tough energies, when you're carrying a lot of light and some demonic energy try to come and corrupt you, you also get rewarded. So you might be going through a very tough struggle, but all of a sudden a soulmate pops up. All of a sudden you get abundance coming up. All of a sudden you get this new knowledge. And so there's always a balance when a particle meets this antiparticle in the quantum realm. Energy verse is released. Yeah. So do we have a card? Let me just get a card.
Oh, yeah.
For Chris, then we get to
yeah. Just as on a roll.
Wait,
today.
Did you pull the crystal card for Carice? Crystal card?
You think so? Okay, I thought you were gonna do some dragon stuff.
You think the dragon card for Carice?
What do you feel? Follow your feeling, not what I say.
I think galactic card for Carice.
You gotta feel into what she needs to hear, and then we can go dive into the crazy stuff. For Carice, if you're ever interested, on my side, I also offer readings. We can go really deep, like we have to Skype, depending on how deep you want to go. There's a lot of stuff that people don't look at, what you can bring to the surface from the sub-levels of where your settings are, the presets.
Sound represents the physicalization of spiritual energy into a frequency that can be accessed in our reality. The ancient pagans were masters of sound and used it for everything from healing to warfare. The practice of chant or mantra has its origins in pagan mysticism and has spread to many planets, including Earth. If you've received this card, then you have past experience using sound to alter consciousness, either for positive or negative purposes. This positive skill is returning, or negative karmic control pattern is returning. Explore the power of sound as a next step in your spiritual evolution. So, for example, the sound of Om, spiritual technology with sound, light, and thought. Okay.
Look at this mysterious light shining in your face from below.
Oh,
light from below. See how the camera changed when I just did this? It changed.
Thank you.
Yeah, for Carice, manifestation of purpose. Maybe you should do something with sound. I'm getting this again. Sound creation. I don't know if you sing or have any weird instruments that you play. Woo! Like the theremin. It works with the electromagnetic static from your aura.
Or check out Astaris Miraculi.
Yeah. also. Like get into some crazy stuff. Create. Make it.
So Tula is asking about the here
Oh yeah, Tula.
work stuff.
It's with you, the manifestation of purpose. You the next job, if that's for survival in mind, and I know we all need to make money to survive. It's really a pickle. I already had this talk with Krista. Maybe we do a video about this. How our parents, relatives, and friends in certain dimensional aspects don't understand that you kind of stand alone there because it's a felt way. And you have to make money. You got to pay bills because you can't tell the landlord, can we wait till that moon? So the thing is, for Tula is survival right now.
Okay, wait. I'm still in Carice's energy because she's so sensitive. I just see coins around Carice, and I feel that Carice, follow your excitement because I feel like you're blessed. I see coins all over you.
Yeah, she has a basic blessing, but Carice needs to activate into what she's doing it already.
Right, like defrosting something.
Yeah. She's doing it already, but there's something still like for Carice, there's this lid that needs to be cracked to, I don't know, you singing, or I don't know, maybe you want to learn Uzui Reiki healing somewhere or do a master class in something that you don't know, but you might feel you want to do. I'm getting sound for you, so get into sound.
Okay.
That's about that. So can we switch to Tula?
Yeah. Thank you, Carice. The goddess in me honors the goddess in you.
So now to Tula. For you, it's the survival and making money, but it also has to. Your soul is asking for you for it to make sense also. So
okay, for Tula, I'm seeing another dimension parallel to this one, where that one feels more comfortable here. So I know Tula from Twitter, and she knows about the planets. So she might be having a very vivid parallel life. So if the card says parallel.
Yeah, I'm getting that is her pickle is that you can go from job to job and it will be fired, because the planets right now, if you're not in, see, if you're not supposed to,
I feel heavy lifting right now. It's like heavy energy lifting for her.
Yeah, it's if you're not supposed to
parallel. It's a parallel.
You predicted it. So an Arcturian parallel life. So align more to your Arcturian self. Also, let the Arcturians in.
Whoa, I love this card. It's pink. Look, it's so pink.
Yeah, there are books, information on that. David K. Miller about the Arcturians or Meet the Arcturians. Very nice book.
Okay, let me say something.
Okay,
what this card tells me, Tula, the heavy lifting is knowledge, is learning time. I know you're spiritual. I know you're brilliant and psychic and etheric, and you have so much spiritual power. So we have the spiritual mind, the emotional, and the mental. And for you, it's time to push those knowledge weights. So school studies, brain power. Look at the size of their brain. Look at that. That's the heavy lifting.
Yeah, but my major question is like she's uncertain about like what job it is, because she keeps getting fired.
Melos, I'm trying to tell what I'm seeing.
Yeah, so she needs to make money. She has to pay bills. So how can we align this? I mean, maybe find some online stuff. Open an Etsy store. Start creating, making bracelets. I don't know. Get into something to fund yourself.
She's got to align her heart's in the right place. So practicality is needed, and also use of these chakras here. So she needs to put in throat communication, psyche, and life path.
Yeah. Also, I'm going into get a work to make money for safety will not last long, because that's a sustaining survival. You have to go into where your passion is and where your heart is, and maybe do it for yourself, which is the hardest for us.
I think she has a calling, and she's supposed to be doing something that's her calling.
Yeah, not work for the man.
And
to make
she has a tendency to go to where someone gives her orders. That's a tendency.
Yeah, but that's safe. That's safety and comfort.
It's a safety. Now, here's what could be nice. I'm just saying what could be nice for you. It's a nice, because she's energy sensitive. So like a nice, let's say you work in a nice bookshop or a nice little shop that's metaphysical shop. That could be nice for you, but it feels like for your spirits it's temporary. But I feel for her, as a nice, like a gentle environment is important for her. There's an older woman. She looks like she has dark hair. She looks like she's more heavy set, but like more black, raven black hair up to here, maybe bangs, thicker hair. Looks like she's connected to this a shop. So you may just want to walk around your neighborhood and look at these nice shops. But I feel that these sort of shop jobs is, like you said, it's temporary because she has big things. And I see a dragon in the throat.
Well, it's temporary because she
goes. Dragon. What does a green dragon in your throat chakra mean?
Well, that means green dragon from your throat chakra means actually speaking from the heart. Does that mean that there's a deficit? See, the thing is, and that's for all humanity right now.
I'm gonna pull a dragon card.
Yeah, let me talk about this big ascension game. It's like, if we work to make ends meet, we suffer. And I had many that I've spoken to this year that lost their job and have to figure out, oh, I'm living above my means. Is it really? So I quit my job over 10 years ago, finding a modality to be of service online and trusting that. And no support. Nobody said, go for it. It was a totally unknown field. No idea where this would go, but here I am. So start establishing your own independence so we can meet in interdependence, not codependence, because that has to stop now. I know an immediate job makes immediate money, but what are we doing for us? How do we are paying ourselves for our service that we are giving to whatever modality that is? And that is our responsibility right now. And that comes in for Tula. That maybe find something to, like an Etsy store, or do something for you in a short amount of time. And if you need a side job real quick, that's okay. But know this, it's not sustainable. It won't last. Find a way to sustain yourself.
That's what I had to do, was get a part-time job. I was determined. So I was doing readings on the side, and I was doing a cleaning job on the side. And after about, I would say, 8 months, a person who was in my life was like, I want to help you with your creative work. And every once in a while, I've had somebody come in, because we're not, no one's an island, no man is an island. And so when you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, things like that will happen for you. So depending on the type of service you're available for, to be of service to other people, which is what we all have to do, is there's it's like there's a different speed and momentum for the different types of work.
Yes.
It's a different vibration. And if you, how should I say this? If you're genuinely wanting to be of service in this way, the people who respond to that, those souls respond to your intention.
Yes, that's actually accurate.
And the moment you have that intent is when the energy starts to move. So if you're in uncertainty, you have to activate what's called the law of clarity.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like in relationships where if let's say someone's giving you mixed signals, even a job employer, if someone's giving you mixed signals, it's because you're both dancing together. Is you don't know what you want. You don't know where to go.
That's deep.
And
so if you're meeting somebody or about to meet somebody, and it's I want to meet you, and then they change their mind, I don't want to meet you. As Krista is saying that you don't know what you want. That's why you picked that character. You were sending an uncertainty into the universe, and the universe responded most certainly with uncertainty, because that's what you asked for. And ask for clarity. And usually then you get one answer or one reply that clear and cut tells you where you're going. Are you getting the job? You're not getting the job. Like, you're not changing that. If somebody says no, you're not changing that. That's clarity.
Let's ask her, Tula, what is something you really like to do for others? Let's give her a moment to say that.
Sydney.
What is one way you wouldn't mind being of service to others?
And that's for all. Write it down. Where is where's like right now I can't. Like, can you imagine a life not channeling and working, I don't know, as a cleaning lady?
No,
and
I'll
just,
tell you. So this happened.
I'm saying, well, how do you feel so they can reflect on that? Can you imagine that you give up everything you do right now, all the creative stuff that you do, and you go completely 3D, and let's say you work as a dentist assistant? Can you
I
imagine
would
that?
have anxiety attacks.
Yeah.
I would get depressed. No.
Yeah, see,
No.
and that's the point. That clarity that she has, and we're not making millions right now, but are you convinced that you can do something that brings
I love
forth
all
human
the stuff.
Yeah,
I love the
Yeah.
trinkets. I love the little altars.
yeah,
I
love
made
it.
videos of a little altar behind me, all my magic stuff. I made a wand. I sold a wand for $150 because I was inspired by Native American peace
Yeah.
pipes.
Be in
And
love.
you have to love every little
Be in,
button, every little
yeah.
charm.
Her channeling, whatever Krista
Yeah.
does, be in love with
Every
it.
reading demonstration you do, every banner
Yeah.
you make, every logo,
Yeah.
every a client you sit with.
That has to be your first love. Krista knew this before she knew me. Your first love has to be your passion. Your second love is your soulmate or twin or whatever. Your first love is what your purpose is. And we forget to know
Even
this.
if it's crystals, if it's having your own crystal store.
Yeah. Every little individual key that I make, that I assemble, that I fill, I love what I'm doing. The minute I am not in agreement, you won't see this model, but you're seeing this. See, I'm so committed that this stays. This will not go anywhere. This is my commitment to myself in the ascension process, that if somebody can get alignment through modalities and technology that assists in the spiritual way, I love the response that people give me. They call back and they say, hey.
When you posted on, Tula, when you posted on Twitter about this, you broke it down. You went so deep. You went into the advanced signs. I was asking on Twitter when I still had a Twitter about what Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, and Sagittarius meant. You broke it down like no other astrologer. I was like, that person must be a Pisces, because you broke it down like a wizard. And so if you're starting to do psychic readings for people, because I have a friend who's really good too, and she's doing a regular job, she's not doing readings. And I'm not going to go knock on her, beat her door down, but I just want to say, when you start out, like on Facebook, there are people sitting there waiting to connect to get a reading. And if you just put, hey, who wants a reading, like a free demo, pick the first 10 to 20 people for practice, which I don't think you necessarily need, you're probably good at that, is you will have a response. And if you're doing like a cleaning job, minimum wage is like you're getting like $50 a day. So if you think about it, one reading is $10. You just do 5 a day, like mini readings. I put those on Etsy. I have $10 readings. They were getting sold. You could sell them on Fiverr. People, any kind of social media platform where there's a bunch of people, go into a Facebook group, start your own page. There are people wanting, to the point where you don't burn yourself out, kind of thing. And that will put less pressure on you with the next job, if that's what you love doing, making like bags of tea from the herbal shop, or making tinctures with a distiller. You really can pay your bills part-time. I did it. You truly can fulfill your dreams. And as that keeps rolling, you'll have the option to say, you know what, I actually don't have time for this side job. Like, bye, guys.
So it happens.
Yeah.
We know a woman that
that
we don't suggest anything. She complains about her work. She manages a restaurant, and her foot hurts. She has to go to the doctor. The doctor already gave her a timeout. These are the designs. And she's a master in making bracelets. Like, genius.
Yeah.
Like assembly and everything. And people ask, are you selling those? What's that for? But she keeps going back to the job. And her foot collapsed the second time. So these are the signs of, to start making savings and prepare yourself for a shift, because the time will come when you can't go back to that 3D modality, because you're making bracelets. It could be anything. It's just an example, as a metaphor for you to have an understanding that the minute she would make bracelets, upload, let's say 23 bracelets, and would call it, I don't know, Mrs. Such and Such bracelets. In the first week, she makes $600. Oh my God, that calling was always there. It's like the door. There are doors that are open, and we have to find the ones that are open, and we can test. The easy thing is like no guess. We can really test with our skill which door is open, and it will be evident. So when Krista told me I'm on Etsy, I have an Etsy store, I signed up with Etsy. Well, the first 3 weeks I made $800 because there was a door that allowed an opportunity to set things in place that were already there. They're sitting there. This is eternity.
We have friends who they started doing psychic readings at a crystal store, and it's their purpose to do it.
And they're the bomb, like they're booked.
Yeah.
They're continuously booked.
Our other friend got a new car.
Yeah, like
the other one.
Remember our friend Heather? Mm-hmm. Like she was trying to do work as an assistant in an office, and it didn't really work, and she went from job to job. And the minute she went psychic in her service,
she's a Pisces.
Yeah. When you in your purpose,
Pisces is gifted with that stuff. I tell you.
And some people are 3D. If somebody's supposed to be a car salesperson, then sell cars. If you're good at it, and you bring joy and good cars to people with good discounts. Well, then that is your purpose.
So just to calm your mind, what I studied on a millennial business book is everything we do to make income is either a product or a service.
Yeah.
So you just start there. Do you want to sit with a person and do something for them, like juggle something, talk to them, massage them, I don't know, or do you want to help create something physical that's an actual thing?
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's all energy, and service means, can you create an uplifting energy that can change something for somebody on whatever level that is, that things work better and are uplifted. Yeah. And then ask yourself, as you are here, and whatever jobs all of you online are doing, what's your service to the planet? Ask yourself. When you look into what I did years ago to the medicinal realm of the spirits and the plant and the medicine, they will tell you what your purpose is. That's why people, afraid to do shamanic work, because you'll be told.
The yoga community, every time before we have yoga, is we use an essential oil, and then she also sprays us. So they had a rose oil in water with rose crystals in it.
Yeah.
I went the first time was our friend Heather showed us this. It was the Edgar Casey company made this rose spray. And when you're tuning into the frequencies and stuff, you get into the spiritual mind. The rose was so high vibrational. It's so
the
important
highest.
Yes, you could make psychic oils and sprays. You could do the frankincense rose for the crown chakra. You can sell those to psychics. You can sell those to yoga people. Put those into local cafes. It's tricky, but the only thing where people have failed is they stop being consistent, and then they just stop doing it. So for some of us who have a spiritual gift and blessing, the only thing that's missing on our part is the action. And this is what's been coming through for, I think, the last 3 weeks when we've been doing these readings with you guys. Is for us, it's just like going to the bank. You just put something in and you take something out, literally. So I hope that helps you feel confident in the choice that you're going to make that's going to work in your favor. Okay, so I'm going to just tell... Oh, I did pull the Tula card. It said, process what you know, act with truth and honesty, let your wings of light grow and expand. Sounds good to you. So Sonia wants a card. Mustafa wants a reading, and Sydney has a question.
It's that Danish crowns, right?
Yeah.
I don't even know how much 100 Danish crowns.
I think it's like $10. Yeah. Where it's yellow. Okay, so Sonia wants a card. Okay, so we're going to pull Sonia a dragon card.
Okay. Okay. We're rolling. This is pretty... I'm getting some ideas here just talking to you guys of things I have to do in the future. It's a very sexy dragon.
It's all smooth.
It looks it's all smooth, see chest.
It's got a
curves there.
Galaxy in its chest.
So it's a source dragon. Attunes you to the infinite. Be still. In the silence, magic can happen. Be in the moment. Do not think about the things of the past. Do not project of where will I go in the future. Be in the moment. And if you still your mind, you can actually hear what you're supposed to be doing.
In the center of all dimensions, galaxies, and universes is an infinite point of pure stillness and love. This is the heart of Source, and from it flows the most incredible illumination. As the wishes of Source flow forth, The illumined angels know as the seraphim sing Om, the vibration of master creation at a 12th dimensional frequency. This allows the will of the Creator to spread as seed thoughts into the universe. Ninth dimensional transparent white source dragons exist purely to attend to the divine will and turn wishes into reality. They step down the light to a ninth dimensional level so that we can access it. They act as portals of light through which we can connect with the energies of the infinite. A source dragon has come to you now because it is a time for you to enjoy a period of stillness with awareness. Breathe deeply and listen to the silence. Something very sacred is coming into your life. This could be anything from the fruition of a long-held dream to becoming a true master. It is being presented to you now. My ear is ringing really high pitched. Be diligent, calm, and focused, and remember to breathe deeply. Breath is the key to being in the moment, and this is where the greatest magic happens. Ask the Source Dragon to accompany you on every step of your exciting new journey, and always remember that the present moment creates your future. And I've got to say something here. What I want to say is right now, it's important for me to hear this, is the answer is there. The answer is in the etheric realm. So the solution exists to whatever it is that you're going through right now. The solution exists. And it's like you have got to get into this alignment pattern. And I feel for Sonia is just, I hear the word bathing. So just to connect with his energy, you might want to do that while being in water and getting your downloads just while being in the bathtub. So this is what I'm doing for you. And okay, so Sydney is relocating to Phoenix and wants advice. You have advice, babe? Phoenix.
How do you feel about Phoenix? And second question is how you feel about Sedona. Because you're being pulled in that direction. So why Phoenix? Why not Sedona? And what do you feel? And have you ever been here? That's the question. So you're being moved here for a reason. Then make it so. Bullseye, not next to bullseye. Make it bullseye. And figure it out. And rewards are there. Saturn goes direct. Saturn is the reward planet. If you put in, you'll get. If you don't put anything in, or I tell people, like, if you're cheap, you get cheap. If you generous, you get generous. People don't get that.
Like, what I see potentially for Tula is an easy job. So super talented. It goes as a breeze. With Sonia, I see the love is in her life, or it's already there. Like, it's already in front of her.
So for Miss Friedman,
it's already been created.
Sedona I'm getting, not Phoenix.
Well, she absolutely loves Sedona. Traveled once, feel very connected. Getting a certification in holistic aesthetics and massage.
So she's in business. That's what they look. That's all they're looking for here. All of this.
Do you know what? You'll always have a job if you're getting massage.
Yeah, in Sedona, you always have a job like that.
If you're in the healing industry, you will always be working,
industry. Trust me, they'll pay.
Yeah,
I'll pay when I go to the reflexology, $70 an hour. So, Ms. Friedman, Phoenix will give you so business. Sedona will give you business. But you gotta be about it.
Here's the thing: when you come to Sedona, have your modality. Come with a gift.
Mm-hmm.
Get the certification, then visit Sedona because it amplifies your energy. So if you're unclear, when you come to Sedona, yes, you can meditate for clarity and get the spiritual. But here, that's the humility card that popped up earlier from Lyra, is the arrogance card. So when you come to Sedona, there's lots of healers here. There's lots of services. You want to try those. You want to go to the crystal store, actually buy the crystal, hold it in your hand. buy the oracle deck, pay for the psychic reading that you feel called to do, or go on that hike with that tour guide to tune in and listen. But if you're coming from Phoenix, you have the certification, you started doing the massage, you got into the school, you have a gift. That means you'll be guided even further into your gift.
So the secret of Sedona, and I might do a short video on that also, the secret of Sedona is don't come here seeking, don't come with unclarity, come with gifts. Have an idea and have a direction. Because only what you bring here will be amplified. You won't find when you are a seeker. Be a finder and you'll find. If you're a seeker, you'll be forever a seeker. So Sedona only amplifies what you carry with you.
Right. Our guides can't do it for us, but our guides, whether those are gnomes, little fairy people, whether it's a dragon, whatever, the guides won't do the job for you, but they will guide you towards the right tool or the right person to get that direction. And it really just takes that silencing. So I appreciate you guys today. Thank you for doing the spiritual work. Mustafa wants a reading.
Yeah, we got to finish the readings.
We jumped over Mustafa to Sydney.
Okay,
sorry, guys.
Okay, sorry, Mustafa. That was just the flow. Let's go to Mustafa. What's up? Batbaili. So what are we getting from Mustafa in Denmark? I'm assuming. The dance?
I hear the word change, Mustafa. I hear the word change. Have you been seeing 555? I hear the word change. I see a female, but I see you not really engaged in the connection. But I see her in your aura. I feel like in the past you've been surprised by a female where, they say the rug gets pulled out from underneath you and you trip. It's almost like getting tricked, like maybe someone tricked you. And the tendency might be like if it's not working with a female partner or girlfriend or whatever, I feel like you have this tendency to pull into this father energy. So I don't know if you just go back to your father, or you act like your father, or you pray to God or something. But it's like this father energy is like you go back into that. I don't really get what that means, but I see a number 8 around your throat. So for a lot of us today is a lot of the throat chakras coming up. And so your power is in your communication. So I feel like your problem with this woman could be solved if you just talk. Just communicate.
What else we getting? Well, you want to pull a card on this guy? Dragon card? Which one? See what's important.
I feel it's uncomfortable, but you have to do it, brother. You just need to communicate. You can write a letter. You can make a phone call. You can send a voicemail.
Should I pull?
Yeah.
So for Mustafa, we got Aquamarine Dragon from Neptune. It enables you to access your deepest soul and wisdom. So it's time to meditate and go deeper. Dive deeper into self. Spirituality and wisdom are available to you. Develop your psychic abilities and receive ineffable soul knowledge. That's that new word that's popping up.
Ineffable. Well,
that's like what it's unavoidable. That is what it's.
Neptune is the watery planet. So check Neptune placement in your astrology chart if you want to. You can make your own chart on this website for free. You just go to free horoscopes data entry page. Look at where Neptune is, and it said, the aquamarine dragons from this illuminated planet carry the light of the universe that has spiritual information and knowledge. They ask us to tune into them so they can download this light into our energy field. So meditate on this one coming into your energy field.
Neptune. It's a very lucky planet.
It's gentle, yeah.
It's a very lucky planet, actually. Blue is always good. Blue is very stable, consistent. You can really, blue, build on that.
What does Neptune mean? Let me just look it up. I like learning on this channel. So Neptune astrology means...
It's a very,
It's everything that's below the surface.
Yeah. That's
Okay,
right.
advances, one of the main functions that advances human society and consciousness, a worldly drive. Oh, it's lacking in worldly drive. It's more emotional, refined, and artistic. Okay, so enhances our psychic development, enabling our psychic chakras to open up more easily. So to you see the universe and your world through different eyes. So it's about looking. Your guidance to drink a glass of blessed water. I guess you could put an intention of water, and you can, for clarity, you can program water before you drink it. So you can have the intention for seeing something in a different way. And I made a video about this. It's change how you see the situation, is how to stop being miserable. Is when you look at something, it's a thought thing. So you might be needing to look at your favorite life coaches, read your book by your favorite spiritual teacher, listen to a podcast by someone you look up to that's helpful and successful. He likes Mind Valley Academy. He loves Mind Valley.
Yeah, the master classes in Mind Valley. Gold. Knowledge is gold before any gold. The right and just knowledge is the gold. That's what the Mayas taught, or the ancestors. Knowing, really knowing, not just knowledge, being knowledgeable and knowing science and being able to regurgitate knowledge and really knowing the ledge.
I feel like this knowledge is coming up, and for him is to mind his emotions, because I see him having a lot of electric energy, and when you put water to electricity, it's a spark starts to fly.
Mm-hmm.
So you might want to be working more with a metal element to direct your energies, like getting a wand, for example. You might want to work with a copper wand coil. You may want to work with, oh boy, if you're electric, like I said with Sonia, is you may just want to put yourself, if you've been around electronics a lot, a shower can, some people claim that can actually remove the electricity from your energy field. So while you mind your emotions, is also a nice cleansing bath with Epsom salt. They actually have lavender, rose. You can actually put actual salt into a bathtub, and these are these wizarding tricks that might not sound like a big deal, but you know how after you have a workout, for example, how you feel so good, it's cleansing your cells. So you can't really describe the feeling until you actually do it, but like if you're electric, maybe you need to move your spinal cord and just do some dancing.
So who do we have? Rosemary, Feliciano, Italiano, eh?
Yes.
Rosa Maria, Feliciano. So what do we do? That last reading?
I just want to say with Mustafa's is like, take your love back. Take your love back. And I just feel like, hold on, I just feel like he's it's like he gave his heart to somebody, and it's like, it feels like his energy's out here, and it has to come back to center. And it's like, I just feel like if he had wings, he would just fly away with all of this kundalini that he has. But when you direct that energy current, you can really accomplish a lot of things. You can really, this next week, guys, is focus this energy that's coming. It's a lot coming, and make the decision. What do you want? What are you willing? What are you verbally manifesting in the world? What are the words that you speak? And use that intention. So for some of us, we like to have altars. We like to build altars. We like to make artwork. If you're a psychic artist, you notice the art paintings you make actually manifest for some of you. So if you wanting to manifest a job, a certain location, visualize, what does the office or the space look like? What are the type of people that are around me? Play around. They do on, I seen on Instagram now, they make these collages So you can create mood boards. It's like the practical. Okay. Okay. Awesome.
So last reading we're doing overtime already. That's what I said.
That's okay. I was intending to do overtime
Okay.
if necessary.
Okay.
But yeah, we will. We're kind of wrapping it up slowly. So
Discipline.
yeah, but Mustafa, I feel like you could do another reading with a psychic. I feel like if you still feel there's something that's not been addressed here, and I feel like you could do well by
You can go deeper.
go on Etsy. Yeah, you can go deeper with
find
your
any
situation.
reader. I mean, you're open to. You can find Krista. You can find me. We're open for readings
on our website.
But if we're not a must. Any reader where you think you resonate, you want to go, you should go in deeper.
Yeah, I feel there's something still that's not been finished. So you can go on Etsy.com, like here.
I just opened my reading, so people don't even know I'll do a video how I even do this, because I'm using galactic psychology and esoteric psychology, which is a little bit different. That works with the archetypes and presettings, not so much as in the Carl Jungian psychology. That's a kind of where he kind of stops. We kind of continue and go deeper, but it's up to how you resonate, of what you want to do for yourself. That's the most valuable thing. That's how Krista and I do it. If I sometimes look for a psychic. Krista, we look, but we look for very sophisticated, like really like
Starseed Hotline.
Yeah, Starseed Hotline. She does your star markers, lavender.
Yes, check her out.
She can tell your planetary relations because she can find in the astrology really like your planetary relations. So I know I'm Arcturian, and in my astrology I'm Arcturian.
She's no joke.
So she's really, really. Yeah. Like I did 3 readings with her, like where I don't care about the money. I care about what this does for me as I'm recalibrating this. If this is important. And it all comes back to me. Like I spent my last $50 that I had for food in Berlin on a psychic, and everything came back.
I want to say something because I'm still not finished with the people I was reading for. But
for who are you not finished with? We didn't even start this one, right?
Oh, right. Okay, so
yeah, that's the last one I see.
Okay, so this is a general reading. But for people like Tula, it could be a time where we put on a new hat. So Spirit was showing me, this is kind of funny, is, nowadays we're not so big on hats. We wear beanies and baseball caps, but in the past, your hat meant what kind of job you had, in a sense, because we were different. So maybe you can ask Spirit, show me what hat I should be wearing. And that could be a way that you establish a rapport with your guides. This just came in for me now. Okay, so what are we seeing for Rosemary? Okay, what I see, Rosemary, is you're good at directing people in a friendly way. So people who might have been attracted to you in the past, like first grader, or adults who have maybe emotions of a first grader. So you may have attracted people who are kind of slightly immature, as in like whiny, because you have this energy that is a calm and peaceful guidance. So and those type of people need your help. So people are been kind of like cranky children, like first grader, is you have the gifts to direct. You're like, no, this is how you do it. You have this like gentle way of explaining things and showing people how to put things together. You don't get thrown off so easily by circumstance. That's what I'm seeing. And I see a lot of creational 7 chakra energy with you, where how should I say this? You've been channeling, and what that means is you're in alignment with, you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. So I wouldn't be surprised if some travel opportunities come up for you in the near future. And also I see a very friendly older woman, again, assisting. And it's like she's naturally assisting, you're naturally accepting the assistance. and it's starting to float. And this, I want to say what is going on for everyone watching. The reading today is what's going on for Rosemary, as I feel this could happen for all of us here. Is someone comes along and is assisting, and it's completely seamless. And because to create this, we have to see this as well. So this is why doing readings are good, because we create with images. We create reality with the images we have here. So when you're in a Neptunian energy, or you're in that Pisces energy, we just had the Pisces, we're still simmering, coming out of the Pisces full moon, which is very imaginary and dreamy, and we need to relish in this time, because this is where our guides can show us the direction in our third eye. So if you've been kind of stuck, now is a really great time to allow the astrology to move through your energy centers and go with that flow, and start to trust the current that you're feeling, which you might not have been so attuned to if you haven't been working with the subtle body. So when we're talking about stuff like subtle body and etheric realm, it's kind of like imagining an ectoplasm at a seance. It's this in-between finer substance. So when you are projecting somewhere with your psyche, you having the will and the decision first, and then the reality catches up to it. And so with dreamy people, it's like the annoyance is, oh, you're just so dreamy, you never get anything done. But the fact is, they're creating their reality in a different way that you might not have seen before. So this is why I was saying this to Rosemary, is I feel like you're in the flow already. I don't feel a stuckness, but I feel like you're wanting to connect in a loving way with other people. And there's a tendency for you to connect with people who are a little bit power hungry, and because it feels safe, because they know what they want. But what I feel is something that could be more beneficial for you right now than, let's say, seeking out a relationship or a bestie, is look at more for a community type of, where you can just go, like an angelic. Wait a second. I feel like I have spirit communication. Hold on. Okay, this is not, I don't know what this means for
Say it.
Rosemary. I see a juggling ball. It's this, it looks like juggling people juggling in the park. Those juggling people in the park.
Mm-hmm. Don't think. When messages come in, speak it. It doesn't matter if it's understood or not. Just relay it. Don't add anything to it, because then distortions come in. So that's okay. Don't even question it. Don't attach nothing to it. That's how the purity of that is maintained.
But you see how that works? She's already in the flow of the energy.
Yes.
And I'm the conduit for the information for her, because she's in the flow.
Mm-hmm.
So keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah, the more you're in the flow, the more we can actually respond within that. That's easier. When people are not in the flow, we have to just like, imagine we're on a river and you're somewhere off stream, and we got to be like, hey.
Okay, really, I want to pull the oracle card for her. Then we get to Samantha. Yeah. Oh, this one flew out the deck. It flew out. Silver Dragon.
Silver is over this grace. There's a key, a flaming key. What does that mean?
Access untapped resources. Look into your soul. See higher possibilities.
So the meaning, what is that, Samantha?
It illuminates your potential. So you're being shown.
There's something that is actually, your key is actually burning. It's not dormant for you to look inside. Very, very important to hack that and open it up.
Fifth dimensional shimmering silver dragons radiate divine feminine light and gentle qualities. Okay, this is teaching us how to receive, folks, so listen up. This is what she's doing. Okay, so they exude harmlessness, love, peace, tranquility, balance, gentleness, and calmness. If we are ready, they surround our aura in a soft, pure silver light that enables us to retain these divine feminine qualities. They also reflect our true self and highest potential back to us by coming to us and looking deep into our eyes. This enables us to see the essence of our soul and discover aspects of ourselves we did not know existed. We are reminded of our divine magnificence and may catch a glimpse of the mighty soul or even monad I am presence. to which we belong. Your fifth dimensional soul blueprint contains the keys and codes of your gifts, talents, wisdom, and powers. Much of this is locked away and unused. Receiving this card suggests that it's time for some of this potential to be ignited and brought forward into your life. You are ready to reveal yourself and be who you truly can be. Sit quietly and see or sense the shimmering silver dragon who has come to you. Allow it to reflect back to you the hidden aspects of your soul and your higher possibilities. This may or may not be a conscious process, but it will inspire you to express your essence and transform your life. Be ready to develop any gifts or qualities a dragon draws to your attention. You may surprise yourself. And with that, I was seeing artistic qualities, ability. And what Spirit is giving me is when we're talking about divine feminine yin energy receiving, I'm being shown these essential oils again, where Ra was watching this TV show with with the centaur and that neighbor lady who was being racist, and the centaur guy, and she needed his
Carnival
help.
Row.
Carnival Row. So she had this secret oil that she would put behind her ears, and that was to manipulate men. Now, with essential oils and scent, that's that subtle. That's that subtle. So you know how your magic, you directing your magic. We don't get taught in school or herbology and how oils blend in with your skin to produce, aromatherapy. But these are the subtle gifts that we have, these witchy things that get us to where we need to be. Yeah. Okay.
And that's actually the future for star seeds. No perfume, only essential oils, and the knowledge of what they do with you and for you. Combine that with your astrology chart. These change frequencies. Perfumes distort for profit. Oils assist for exchange. So all I use is an essential oil. I'm not using perfumes.
But see, here's the thing. Here's the thing. It's not manipulation. It's higher frequency.
It's enhancing what you want.
He had a dream that there were gnomes under the house he lived in, and they wanted essential oils in the house. And gnomes are fairies who help you.
Yeah, they said make better smells. It's just better living.
And those elementals are known for craftsmanship. So when you're composing music on a keyboard, if you're working with clay,
you might have musical elves sitting next to you. You don't even know it. Or gnomes that like when you do that.
Yeah.
They disappear when you stop doing it. But the more you do it, you can create an entire orchestra in your room. The deeper you go into creating that, like say when you make beats, you'll get musical gnomes and elves. They will sit next to you. You'll really recognize. But the more you do it, the more will come. And the more that will sit with you, the more you get the inspiration to do it.
Yeah.
Like they will keep sending. And you go on like, oh, all of a sudden it's like, you got this crazy tune. You're like, yo, Ra, check this out. Well, you were given this in channel mode because you are sacrificing the ego by saying, I'm surrendering to my creative force. The more will come.
Right. So with the oil, not only is it lifting the frequency for some, energies to come, but there's certain frequencies that attract certain beings. For example, there's this man at the library who smelled like patchouli. Now, I love me some patchouli. It is smelling so good. But he had so much patchouli, it was off-putting.
But that's overwhelming.
It's overwhelming.
If you overproduce something, that is also, when you leave that process of moderation, you lose structure. Everything in balance. Like this, the string of the sitar or guitar or a violin.
Sometimes doing less is more.
Yeah. Really. If the string is adjusted just right, it's ding. If you go and overdo it, it pops or it goes ding, and that misses the point. If the tension is under it, you have no sound. It's even Buddha pointed that out, that the string has to be adjusted so that it's in the middle, and you have a resonance. And the resonance is where the center is, and the center is where you know what moderation is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, we love being of service. Samantha. I'm guessing Samantha's for a regular reading. So I keep seeing the number 7 with you guys in these readings.
G, God.
God, huh?
7 is the 7th letter of the alphabet. It's God.
But it feels like we're all getting this earth magic. I know that the dragon cards signified the higher cosmic energies, but I feel like we're all being blessed with this earth magic right now. And earth magic is planetary magic.
Mm-hmm.
So let's pull a card for Samantha. I'm going to pick it. And I have a feeling that might be the last reading we do.
Okay, good. I agree.
Unless someone else wants to read it.
I'll let Krista run it. It's her show. Oh, cetacean, dolphin, parallel, living in the now.
Dolphins.
That's for who?
That's for Samantha.
Yeah, look at the color. You see?
Yeah.
Blue is blue. So we have something going on. We have the number 85. 8 and 5 is 13 is a 4. Somewhere there's a 4. Either you're seeing 4, 4, 4. 4 aspects, all incantations is the basic platform is 4. The major master platform is 8.
Dolphin consciousness, more evolved than human, has the capacity to be rooted in the present moment and to live fully there. This explains their playful nature and how interactions with them bring humans into balance. As the human species and brain evolve, we will need to develop this skill as well. In doing so, we free ourselves from attachments of the past and worries of the future to create an abundance of energy for the now moment. This creates more joy and profound feelings of connectedness to the universe. Every day, focus on your breath. Keep attention rooted there. Now is all that exists. Dolphins are sentient beings much like humans, except without the high levels of polarity in their consciousness. This is why dolphins appear to exist in a joyful, fully present state. The ability to live in the now is an enlightened state also expressed by awakened masters. Don't confuse it with being irresponsible or childish and seeking immediate gratification. This state is actually one of high integrity, authenticity, impeccability, and self-responsibility. And it is the state to which humanity is eventually evolving. It means letting go of the past and no longer attaching to the future. When we bring our full consciousness to here and now, our state of consciousness evolves in a powerful way. If this card comes up in your reading, it could mean several things. It may mean you have a strong dolphin connection that wishes to be acknowledged, or you're being asked to embrace the quality of living now as a way to let go of pain from the past or worries about the future. So it's like that trust in the flow kind of thing. And then it's like you're riding the cosmic waves and you direct the dragon. A great way to practice this is to simply sit quietly and focus on your breath. If your mind wanders, just refocus it on the breath. This is an essential skill to navigate the coming changes in Earth's reality. Begin practicing now, have patience. The changes are cumulative and require focus and commitment, but you will soon notice things shift in your reality because you have shifted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I hear let go. I hear let go. And letting go is your digestive system.
See, your path number is 4. I was right. See? I got the 4.
This person.
That's her path number. Yeah.
Oh.
Study that. Go into it. Study that.
Very cool. So this is the digestive tract is letting go. So if you are having indigestion or constipation,
that means you're holding on in your mind.
Get this thing. It's called psyllium husk, and it's $10 on Amazon. And you mix it in water. It expands the intestine, and it clears little pockets of bacteria. So you might think, oh, why? How is that? But our physical body is also connected to the universe, and we get communications by just, if you get a massage, certain points get pressed. You actually see visions in your brain. And some of these visions can be like cartoon images, could be your brain is realigning itself, but also it could be a stored memory that's getting released. And Orion Council has said we gotta let the ideas in the last channel message is we last week. That's last week. Tomorrow's gonna be a new one.
Yeah. Krista is so in the flow. I love it. You just they have this chord, this golden chord, and then you come back, you're like, oh.
I see a spirit animal of the parrot. So I'm not sure if this is for Rosemary, but what is the parrot? It's talking. Like parrot medicine. Let me see.
People say parrots. Parrot medicine. No. You gotta ask metaphysical meaning parrot, not medicine.
Everyday beauty that you possess, surrounded with. A parrot never takes these things for granted. You never know when they'll be taken away from you.
That's it.
Stay alert. Pay attention to signs and omens. Okay, Moose, we're gonna move school. Nice. Yes, thank you for the reminder about drinking water. Was there anything else that you wanted to add?
Don't fall for the alkaline myth. The only water that the body needs is 7.2 pH, and you're fine. Everything else is a myth.
And seriously. 8 glasses is at least this times 8. Yeah.
But
during the day.
Also, don't make that a rule. 8 glasses. Every body has a different weight and body mass and body liquids.
Just went by.
Yeah, that's higher perspective. So if you're a 5-footer, you might need 4 glasses a day. If you are 6'3", you might need 10. And that also depends on your water retainer, meaning how some people can drink 3 glasses of water and hike for 7 hours because their retainer is excellent. Yeah. Some people need 12 bottles of these little 20 milliliter bottles because they don't hold any water.
But hydration happens on a cellular level.
Yeah, hydration happens on a cellular level.
Organic sulfur people, I need to get these.
And hydration has to do with how much waste is in you. If you have a lot of inflammation going on, well, you can drink water and water and water. Your water is being used, water molecules, to disinfect your body. If you're very healthy, you need a glass up to 2, maybe some fruit juice, and you're fine. This all has to do with your constitution. Also, with vegan, schmegan, meat, all of that stuff, we're against overproduce and inhumane slaughter. That's all agreed upon. But for those who don't know what to eat and how to eat, have a healthy mind state as a base platform and look at blood types in you and compare what is within your blood type that you should eat, because your ancestors did it for 30,000 years. A 1-year trend is not going to erase what your enzymic structure and blueprint have in your stomach. So, blood types and you eat according to and eat cyclical. I have a video on how to eat right for life. Watch that.
We didn't read the universal card.
Do we have to?
This is for everyone in the chat that we were going to read at the beginning of the
universal mind.
This is the card for all of us.
Okay, that's for all 34 people in the chat. What's that stone called?
Clear calcite.
Clear calcite. That's the finishing and conclusion.
Which exists in abundance at Crystal.
So that's for all of you. If clear calcite has come to you today, you're about to or have entered a space of mental transition and a new modality, pathway, or learning of project. Clear calcite has come to you to help with the inevitable fears that arise as this important structural time of change. The energy of clear calcite around you will prevent the mental fragmentation and scattering that would weaken your projects or future endeavors. This stone can also present itself when one has been ignoring their path in the world and not taking risks and not asking for answers. Instead of playing by the rules that others have already written, you're limiting yourself. You are being asked, in this case, to embrace the universal mind, have trust, and enter the uncharted waters of true creation with integrity. In most cases, to receive the gift of clear calcite is to receive your wisdom from other lifetimes. Clear calcite is a sign that the third initiation on the pathway to ascension has been entered into a complete mental mastery. The affirmation for all of you in the chat right now: I embrace the universal mind. I trust that the stream of the universe and the center of the source will get me there. And the essential oil for you to wake up is peppermint.
You're kidding.
The universal mind is activated through this: mental levels, structure, masculine balance, mental change, divinity, integration of past lifetimes, separation that must be united, vision, astral travel, and Horus, the Egyptian god. These words will activate you into your true purpose. So when you dream the next week, listen to your dreams. Your past lives are recalibrating and coming back to all of you, all 33 right now that are online. Thank you. That card makes sense. This is the current right now. You understand?
The current
This is the current.
is also, guys, we're being given energy to put the pieces together.
Yes.
And it's exhilarating to have a mindgasm where you figured something out. Did you ever want to know something for so long and then you got the answer? You feel like your aura starts sparkling. You start seeing little diamonds everywhere. That's your sparkly aura. It's getting very happy and excited. And when you're in that creative dragon wave, that's why we pulled dragon cards. They're nothing to be afraid of. These are creational protector beings, and as the Lyra card suggests, those were the original founder races of our local galaxy. Is the hold on. I feel like channeling the push-pull of negative polarity. I'm like starting to channel. It's going out of control right now. I'm trying not to go in channel mode. It's like coming in.
When you want to let it happen, you have the power.
It's like the push-pull of negative polarity is seemingly difficult when the Lyran time stream is activated. On the galactic timeline, the fairy elementals assisted the Lyrans in computing the integration process to become actualized, which is a word for manifesting the soul essence into this time stream. When you're activating the soul essence into the time stream, you start seeing layers beyond layers beyond layers, and you become more of a universal consciousness. This holy energy signifies the unification of the missing parts that we are doing, accessing information from the past life experiences. And with that being said, I see a huge vase of water we should all be drinking and consuming after this emotional turbulence we've all had to go through with the full moon. I hope that helps you guys stay magical, stay fairy-like and whimsical, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.
See you on the flip side. This was actually excellent. I really like it.
High five. Yeah.